everyone, this is Rabia's Blog Animation Bliss, and welcome to another animated discussion series. So today's discussion I'll be talking about today are my thoughts on the first season of Sonic Prime. And before I get into my thoughts about this, here are a few words from the channel. Alright Animaniacs, now let's get on the social media train. Want to chat with us in 100 words or less? Then check out our Twitter account. Want to chat with us within a group? Then check out our Facebook account. Want to get the lowdown on everything dealing with animation on this channel? Then check all the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So the first season of Sonic Prime starts off with Sonic trying to go after Dr. Eggman after Dr. Eggman uncovers a crystal called the Paradox Prism. And Sonic ends up recklessly crashing into the Paradox Prism, and he ends up shattering the crystal to the point where the universe itself gets shattered, and Sonic ends up being thrown into all of these different universes, which includes New York City, which has the city being run by the Chaos Council, which is full of different versions of Dr. Eggman, and then there's a jungle universe, and then a pirate universe, and Sonic has to find a way to bring the universe back together and learn from his mistake in the process. So what are my thoughts about Sonic Prime Season 1? I really enjoyed this season, so let's talk about what I did like about this season. So the first thing I liked about this season was the action sequences. Out of all the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons I've seen over the years, I think that Sonic Prime has some of the best action sequences out there. Like, there's so much energy with the fight sequences, and I really love the scenes where we see Sonic fighting against these robots and he's running across the areas so fast, and the animation's done in such an energetic way that I was really hyped for all the fight scenes going on in this series. And then another thing that I really liked about the series was the animation itself. I just love how expressive Sonic is in this series. Like, his facial expressions aren't stuck into one place like they mostly are in the games, but they show a lot more expression in this series. Like, you see Sonic getting angry, you see Sonic getting excited, you see Sonic getting happy, and his facial expressions is able to convey all of those emotions very well. And I just love the way that the characters are like bouncing around as they're moving around, and it just gives them a lot more energy to their animations. And then another thing I really liked about the show was the voice acting. Oh my god, the voice acting in the show was just fantastic. I love how Devin Mack portrays Sonic the Hedgehog himself, as he has a good mixture of Roger Craig Smith's voice for Sonic, as well as putting in his own spin on the character. And I think he does a fantastic job in voicing Sonic by making Sonic sound so energetic and serious at the same time. And I just love his voice overall. I also really love Ashley Ball's voice for Tails. And for those of you who don't know who Ashley Ball is, she's the voice of Rainbow Dash from the My Little Pony series. And I thought that she did a fantastic job with Tails as well. And I also love all the other characters' voices as well, as I think that they captured the game voices very well. And I think that everybody did such a fantastic job in voicing these characters. And then another thing I really loved about this show was the story itself. Now, when I first read about how this story is going to be about Sonic trying to find redemption for himself and also discovering more about himself, I was a bit intrigued by this story, and I was wondering how this series was going to handle that story. And so far, this series manages to handle this story very well. I love the fact that we get to see how Sonic feels so much remorse for his actions and how he's trying to fix the Shatterverse as a result. And I really love the character moments between him and his friends throughout this series, as it shows that Sonic may have taken his friends for granted, but he's learning to better appreciate his friends as he meets different versions of his friends throughout the multiverse. So I do love how this series is able to make Sonic try to grow as a character while exploring the different universes that he goes into. And then another thing I did like about the show was Sonic himself. Now, I will admit that I was a bit put off by how childish Sonic was acting in the series, since usually in the games, Sonic is mostly laid back and a bit more level-headed. So I will admit I was a bit taken aback that we see a Sonic who's much more childish in the series. But I do like the fact that they're trying to grow Sonic as a character in the series, and we get to see how Sonic learns to be much more respectful towards his friends and to try to fix his own mistakes. So I do like the fact that this Sonic is trying to fix his own mistake and is learning to become a better person as a result. And I just thought that Sonic's more energetic nature in this series brings out a lot of laughs with this series, so I do enjoy Sonic's energetic nature in this series. Now here are some issues that I do have with this season. So the first issue that I have with this season is that I felt like they could have developed Sonic's friends a bit better in this show. Like, I felt like the first few episodes that introduced us to Sonic's friends in the original universe, they didn't really develop those characters very well. Like, we get to know more about Sonic because he's the main character, but I wanted to know more about his friends, and I felt like we only got a glimpse of what Sonic's friends were like in the original universe before Sonic accidentally shattered the universe. So hopefully in future episodes, I'm hoping that we get more development with Sonic's friends in the original universe and see what they were like, and see how shattering the universe has a negative impact on Sonic himself. And then another issue that I had with this show was that I didn't really care much for the Chaos Council. Now, the Chaos Council is made of a bunch of Eggmans who are like in different stages of their lives. Like, you have a baby Eggman, you have a teenage Eggman, you have an adult Eggman, and you have an old Eggman. And even though they are based off of Dr. Eggman himself, I just found these characters to not really be that interesting to me, and I kind of wish that they just had like one version of Eggman who was evil in a multiverse, like say Eggman Nega from the Sonic Rush series. I actually kind of wish that Eggman Nega did come into this series and was like the leader of New York City instead. That way we at least have just one version of Eggman in that universe. So yeah, I didn't care much for the Chaos Council, but I'm hoping that they become better characters in later episodes or something like that. But I just didn't like the fact that we have 5 different versions of Eggman in this universe when we could have had the original Eggman take over as the big bad, or maybe have Eggman Nega be the one who's the bad guy in New York City or something like that. But overall, I really enjoy Sonic Prime. Is it the best Sonic the Hedgehog series so far? Well, it's really hard to say because there's only been 8 episodes coming in. And the thing is that Netflix ordered like 26 episodes of the show, but they're only showing 8 so far for this season. And apparently Netflix has this weird thing about splitting up these episodes per season. Like, you have one season that has like 8 episodes, the next season has 8 episodes, and so on and so forth. When you have TV shows that have seasons, each season is supposed to have 13 episodes, but for some reason we got 8 episodes with the series. So of course it's hard to say if Sonic Prime is the best Sonic the Hedgehog series, since they haven't rolled out the rest of the episodes yet. So we have to wait and see until the rest of the episodes come in to see if this is like the best Sonic the Hedgehog series out there. But so far this series does have the best action sequences out of all the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons I've seen. So there's that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing season 2, especially with the way that this season ended on such a huge cliffhanger. So I'm really excited for season 2, and I can't wait to see where they're going to take these characters next. So those are my opinions on Sonic Prime season 1, and tell me in the comments down below. Have you seen the first season of Sonic Prime? And if you have, did you like the season? Did you hate the season? And what's your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rowdy's Law Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.